Welcome to Let It Be Budgets. My name is Karen. On my channel, I do all things budgeting related. In today's video, I'm going to be doing my overview for July and my budget with me for August and my cash planning. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start with my calendar. So basically, and my overview from last month. Basically, everything came through. I didn't have any issues. I had two two spend days. For me, I kind of monitor my spending all the time. So generally, I have tried to create an envelope for everything that I would buy. And that's on a normal basis. Sometimes I go ahead and I buy things and I haven't really allotted for them in my envelopes. And that to me is what I consider a spend day. So I had two of them last month. In my check-ins, I spent a total of $1,020, which is good. My goal is to stay under $1,400 spending per month. So it's kind of arbitrary, but that's kind of where I sit. So that worked out well. So I'm going to put these aside, and I'm going to do this. Let's do this one first. This is my monthly calendar. I'm retired. My husband has a small business. So he gets a variable income. So I do a monthly budget only. I don't do a weekly budget because I can't tell you when he's going to be paid. And we keep for our fixed expenses, we have that in the bank. Like, I guess you could consider a month ahead. I don't think of it that way. I think of it as a buffer. So, in my bank account. So if he misses getting paid, I don't have to worry about my fixed expenses. I don't care about my variable expenses being, keeping money for those in the bank, but my fixed expenses I do. So I work off of, the calendar gives me a quick look. So we have 31 days this month. I went ahead and filled it out. My weeks go from Sunday to Saturday. So I figure with being on a varied income, I only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I only have 3 of my fixed expenses that come out automatically, like they're automatically withdrawn from my bank account. The rest of them I determine when I'm paying them. And that's my preference because I don't want anything, I guess I don't want to relinquish control of that. That's, everything we have is being, I feel, a lot of ways, the control is being taken away. I want control. So that's my issue. So anyway, so I have my bills situated to where they're twice a month, essentially, when they come out. So in the beginning of the month, I have my mortgage coming out, my water bill, AM funds, and city, because I have 2 things on my city credit card that come out automatically, and that's my Netflix and my ink for my printer. So I'll always, even if I don't use my credit card, I'll always have a bill on it. So that comes out the beginning of the month. And then in the middle of the month, because I'm on a fixed income, I am on, I get my money's on the third Wednesday every month. I know that. So I can automatically write that in. So I kind of denote pays with the pink. As far as my husband, I can't write anything in. And when I'm determining my budget, we have estimated what I took 3 or 4 months when I first started budgeting, estimating what he brought in per month. And that's how I base my budget. I base it on an estimate, and if it changes, it changes, you know, that's life. So as long as my fixed expenses are handled, I'm okay with it. So let's see. So then the second part of the month, I have my car payment. I hope to have this paid off in 2 months, and I won't have this any longer. That's my goal. Electric, gas, this is all, and my phone, my Wi-Fi, Washington National and NGLC, those will come out in the second part of the month. So, also, on here, I got a check. I have a little thing here. I love this. Here it is. Yay! This is by the Budget Mom. And it's a check-off sheet just to make sure that expenses are paid. So what I'm going to do is, for July, I know my mortgage was paid, I know. AM funds was paid. Water was paid. Sewer was paid. My sewer bill is every 2 months. And that's gone up like $17. Oh, drives me nuts. So, my hospital, that is done. So, I'm going to put my red line through there. I don't have that anymore. Everything's been taken care of for that one. Because that was like they automatically withdrew that bill. So, that one is done. Yay! I don't have that. My car payment was done. My electric was done. My gas was done. My phone was done. My Wi-Fi was done. Washington National and NGLIC came out without any issue. So that's good. And my McAfee was paid. So that one is done. So next thing I have is, in August, is my husband's car registration. So, so I'm going to put G car registration on this one, because on these notes I can keep track of what's coming out. These are my annual and biannual expenses. In my at my bank, I have a savings account that's bucketed, and that's permitted with my bank. So that's really good. So what I do is I put a certain amount of money, I think it's $153 a month, right here into account 2. That's my bucketed account for all my annual and semi-annual funds. Instead of cash stuffing them, I kind of stuff them in here. So every month I deposit $153 into those buckets. And this is my buckets. Except for the Netflix and inks, I take those right out of my miscellaneous from my wallet and put them into and pay them that way. So that's good. So we have car registration next month. So that's here. I don't know what date his comes in, and I don't know if he's done it yet, you know, because this kind of stuff comes by mail, and he just kind of go ahead and does everything he wants to do when it comes in. So I have to ask him. So that works good. Awesome. So that's it for that. With my budget, as I said, I do a monthly budget. I always have a rollover. I have my envelope. My envelope here on here is what goes back to the bank, which I haven't done that yet, guys. So I'm just going through my budget now. And this money's here will all go back to the bank. And that is for, like, if I spent anything on my debit card, then I would put it in the envelope to go back to the bank. And that would go return back into my buffer. And then if I have credit card spending, that goes into that. And that goes back to the bank. And I keep track of that. I probably sent it away already. I did. In green, this is credit card of what was spent. And in pink, that's what I use for debit card. And so I have $320 or so to go back to the bank to pay those. So I haven't looked at my credit card, what I owe on it or anything yet. So to get my exact amount, so I can't place that in. So, but that's my envelope, and so whatever I have in my envelope that's coming out, that's the amount that I'll put there. And then my husband pay, and then I know my pay every month is going to be this amount. So, because it stays the same, which I kind of like that in a way. I don't, with him being on a buried income, I like to have one thing that's normal. Okay, so my mortgage, I put these up, but these are my fixed expenses. These I keep in the bank. I do not cash stuff these. The only thing I cash stuff is my variable expenses and my sinking funds and savings. I put those in the cash envelope. So on my mortgage, my mortgage is $824 per month, and it's due on the 17th. Right around the 17th, but I usually pay it in the beginning, towards the beginning of the month. And AM funds is $50 per month. That comes out whenever it comes out. So sometimes it comes out the 10th, sometimes it comes out the 15th. I don't know how they do that. So my water bill is due in the beginning of the month, and I estimate around $40 for that. My electric, I estimate, I'm going to put $120 because we've been running the air conditioner. We'll see what it is. My gas, they just increased that, so that's $117 a month. And I'm on a it's a payment system, you stay on the same payment every month, and then they fix it up at the end of the year. So I can't remember what it's called. I think it's too early in the morning, guys. Sorry. My phone bill is always around $120. My Kinetic or Wi-Fi is $89. Washington National is $82. NGLIC is $99 a month, and my city, I don't know how much it is. I would say probably around $200. I have to go through that and look closer. I don't even know if it's $200, truthfully. Probably less than that. Because I have extra money in my back to the bank envelope, and I don't know why. So sometimes my husband does things, and he'll take the money out and put it in there, and he doesn't write it down. So I have to verify with him. But you know what? I don't care. I am so thankful that he participates. He goes in and takes out what he needs from the wallet. We keep a wallet. It's just my husband and myself. So we keep just a plain home wallet, and whatever we need, we take it out. And we go. And I am so thankful because he's good about documenting for the most part. Now, when it comes to taking out from the sinking funds, or getting anything for the car, most of the time he's good. Sometimes he has issues. Because he'll just go in and take it out because he knows he needs it. So, and I'm not aware. But we'll figure it out. Okay, so for my fixed expenses, these stay around the same, except every other month I have, I'm going to put 200 down for city. I don't know if it's that much, but we'll just budget that. Every other month I have a sewer bill. So 824 plus 50. I'm not good at this, guys. I hate working with calculators, so I'm doing it. 117 plus 120 plus 89. I think I'm a little bit dyslexic. Plus 99 plus 200. So 1741 is what I'm guesstimating my total, my fixed expenses will be. All right, so for my groceries, Jen, I budget $700 a month. For my pet, I budget $80 a month. For my gas, I budget $180, and we've been doing all right with this $180 so far for both of us. I don't drive a whole lot, so, and my car, I have a little Honda Civic, which I just adore, and it's really good on gas, so we've been doing all right with that. For eating out, for my miscellaneous, I budget $220 per month. For eating out, I budget $200 per month. I may be revamping this. Some of these restaurants are getting so high, and we go to different restaurants every week, so we try to frequent all of them. There's usually around 12 of us that go. So I may take out money from I budget for my groceries and some money that I budget from my miscellaneous, and put that into my eating out, and increasing my eating out to like $65 per week rather than $50. I have to, well, I'll see, because my husband and I had talked about that. So anyway, I save, this sounds stupid, but in my wallet I save $5 per week, and that's per month. That's just a buffer if I need a couple dollars, and that adds up, guys, because it's just something I continually do. So for me, I have $80 in spending money per month, and my husband has $80 in spending money per month. It's our envelope to go in and take our money and go do what we want. And Sadie gets $40 per month, and that's our puppy. Well, she's a year old now, so she's not really, she's coming out, she's still in puppy stage, though, I have to tell you. But she needs groomed, and so this is priced for her grooming and for her heartworm medicine and her flea and tick stuff. So, and that does cover it. So right now we're good at that. So here we go. So 700 plus 80 plus 180 plus 220 plus 200 plus 5 plus 80 plus 80 plus 40 equals 1585. Okay. That's a good. All right. So that was pretty much what I budgeted for last month. Now, last month I ended up having to change because my husband didn't get paid the 1 week. We got nothing. So I took out $100 out of groceries, and I took $10 out of miscellaneous so that I could make sure that my vacation money was saved and my phone money was saved. Sounds weird, but money that I have roll over from my wallet, would go into sinking funds that I do not budget for. I just put the rollover into those, and that's like birthdays, holidays, giving. I know I have another one in there. I can't remember. Anyway, those things I fund with the rollover from my wallet. So, to me, I love having the rollover in my wallet so that I can fund those. Or give extra money to automobile or health if I need to. That kind of encourages me not to go spending just because I have money in my wallet. So that's my rationale. Anyway, I had to take money out of there and put it into I didn't have to, I did it. So that I would maintain my consistency on my savings. Because it's really important, number one, for me. I save $50 per week or $200 per month. I think of it, I save $200 per month for what I call vacation. And that is my time. We get to go on vacation or we do something special with my family. That is ours to do with for that kind of thing. And that's very important to me. That's like a fixed expense. So I made sure I did it. Alrighty, so my sinking funds, as I showed you, I keep those documented in here. And this sheet I got from Budget with Mrs. Petey. I love watching her budgeting. So I don't budget this exactly the same with her, but I know I'm going to have a specific rollover, but I try to assign all of my money jobs so that my rollover is my buffer, so that rollover has a job. So I'm not having free money floating all over the place. I want to know what I'm doing with it. So she has this sheet on her Kofi, and it was free. And what it is that instead of writing out all of my sinking funds, which is my car maintenance, house maintenance, health, abundance, Sadie's vet, and what else? Yeah, that's Sadie's vet isn't in my sinking funds that I save for. It's just these right here. This is just telling you my sinking funds. Alright, so I have 4 main sinking funds. It's my car maintenance, house maintenance, health. Health is going to the doctor when you have to have a copay. Supplements, medications, whatever, that kind of thing. And then my abundance, I don't have an emergency fund because I have my retirement. That's an emergency fund to me. But I keep an abundance, so I save $50 a month for my abundance. And then that I don't want to get into my retirement. So that's kind of there. So let's see. So my sinking funds, I don't know why I put Sadie's vet in there. That shouldn't. I'm really messed up on that. And then I have to redo this. I messed up. I shouldn't have these in here, because this isn't where I get my money from. Well, I guess it is. I have to rethink this. Okay, I'm going to put 413. But down here, well, yeah, because I do. Okay, it's okay. I'm wigging myself out. So, for my sinking funds, It's $4.13 a month that I budget. Geez, Karen. And let's see. That was changed on 6. Okay, so I have $8.30 that I budget out for savings. Now my savings includes 1 month ahead, Christmas, my escrow extra, medical savings, my phone, and my vacations. So they're kind of, it's not like I'm just throwing it in a savings account. I have specific reasons that I'm saving that, and this is the amount my budget can handle. So, alrighty. I don't know why I wigged myself out like that. Jeez. Okay. So let's do this. So 413 plus 830 gives me 1243. That I'm budgeting for my sinking funds and savings. Now my Honda payment, I don't put it in my fixed expenses. I have it over here in debt. I budget $397. That's my monthly payment, but I pay extra every month. So we'll see how much I get to pay extra on it. Because I hope to have this paid off in 2 months. So that's my goal. All right, so there's my budget there. And the last thing I do is my cash planning. Awesome. Okay, I wrote these out. In my cash planning, these are the things I cashed up. So, I cash stuff weekly. So my values here will be weekly except for my buffer, which is $5. I do that once per month. And I take that out whenever. And I don't put any money's value here when I take it out. So, but I do check it off. See, I check off. When I go through my weeks, I check off what I stuff. So, and I did end up stuffing this because I took the money from my wallet to stuff those. So, okay, good. So that's last month. So this month, so I budget $175 per month for my groceries, and I usually get a 100, 150, 120, and 15. And when I get some of these big bills like this, a lot of times I'll condense some of my envelopes, so my binders. So my pet, I do $20 per week, and I just get out a 20. I like taking out the denominations. So gas is $45 per week, so I take out 2 20s and a 5. Miscellaneous is $55 per week, and I do 2 20s, 110, and 15. For eating out is $50 per week, and I just get a $50 bill for that. For me, I get $20 per week, and I get a $20 bill for that. For hubby gets $20 per week, and I just get a $20 bill out for that. Sadie gets $10 per week, and I just get a $10 bill out for that. Medical gets $25 per week. I think, I don't know what my goal is on that, because I had a potential of having a huge bill for medication that I have to have. And I was able to get some assistance for that. So that bill is depleted, is taken care of. But I'm not going to stop saving for medical expenses that insurances don't cover, because things are changing all the time. So I'm going to continue with this $25 per week. I'm content with it. And I think I have over 2,000 right now saved. So if it becomes desperate and I can't afford to save it, I won't. But let's see, I'm going to get 25 ones for that because I have a new challenge that I'm doing, playing with that, because I play saving challenge with that money and with my bet money. So I save $10 per week for Sadie for bet, and I get a $10 bill out for that one. My hobbies, I save $5 per week. My 1 month ahead, I save $50 per week, and I just get a $50 bill out for that because I'm down to one category, and that is my mortgage. Once I get that paid off, I'll be a month ahead to where if my husband doesn't work for a month, we can pay everything. This is kind of additional abundance or emergency kind of saving for that kind of fund. And then I want to continue it. I just don't know exactly how I want to do it. If I want to do it in the same way I was doing it. So we'll see. I alternate between $10 and $15 per week for Christmas. So I get a 10, and every other week I get a 5. So I kind of mark it in red just to know, I know that it's every other week that I get a 5. And so for my minis, I save $50 per week. And this is my sinking funds. So I have a 20, a 10, and 4 5s. For my escrow, this is escrow, the 52-week challenge and tiny. These are saving challenges, and eventually they'll go into, if my property taxes or my house insurance goes up, those bills are taken care of through my mortgage. And hopefully I can just pay those, and then my mortgage won't increase. And I save $20 per week for that. And I do 4 5s. Okay, because I play. And my vacation, I save $50 per week. And my phones, I save $50 per week. I want to buy new phones for my husband and myself. So for my vacation, I get 120, 110, 2 5s, and 10 1s. For my phones, I get 110, 5 5s, and 15 1s. Awesome. Okay. Then what I'll do is I'll just go through and I'll add these up. And my cash planning will be done. And this is how I do my budget for the week. I track all my expenses. That helps me. I do it for me. And I monitor my main variable expenses, groceries and pet and stuff. And I do this on a weekly basis also in my weekly check-in, so that I know if I need to adjust my budget for these areas. Okay, so you guys have an awesome day. Thank you for watching this. This is the closeout for July, so I have another one, maybe 2 videos. I might be able to do it in one. We'll see. So you guys have an awesome day, okay? Bye-bye now.